Middle States in their review of us. I want to thank them for coming, and I want to thank, most importantly, you as a staff. Great job.
Before I get started with the oral presentation, the team and I were talking during this week, and we actually coined a phrase. I've been doing these visits now for over a decade, and I can tell you that I have never had the type of hospitality provided to us that we have had here. So last night or the night before, we coined the phrase that when we have that high level of hospitality that we got from you guys, we're now going to call it Hunter hospitality. So you have now set the standard for every other visit going forward. What I'd like to do is provide to you basically a recap, if you will, of the week. So with that said, I'm going to jump right in. So again, good morning. As you know, my name is Dr. Glenn Mort, and I have had the pleasure of being the chair of the Middle States visiting team at Hunter Business School in the charming communities of Levittown and Medford here on Long Island this week. The other members of the team and I are pleased to be here with you to present our report. We have learned from you in both your self-study and in our conversations with all of the school stakeholders about the many strengths of your school and the plans that you have in place for the future. I know the entire team and I, along with all of you, share a love for education and our mutually deep desire to provide for the best of all of the students entrusted to our care. And we all look forward to seeing what you have in store for your school on the near horizon. We leave you at the end of this report feeling that we have had a full and rich experience in your school. First, let me share our appreciation for the warm reception and amazing hospitality we have received during the visit. I know I am leaving a few pounds heavier than when I arrived. I also want to mention how appreciative we are with the candor with which you have shared your thoughts and your goals. This oral report is a brief summary of the major points that will likely be included in the written report, which will follow in a week or so. At the conclusion of this report, we will leave your school. As per Middle States procedures, we will not entertain any additional questions or enter into any further discussions. You will have that opportunity to ask questions about our findings after you have received and reviewed the written report. I want to recognize and thank publicly the other members of your visiting team for their service to you and to the Middle States Association. Ms. Campbell, Ms. Duhl, Ms. Fuentes, and Ms. Mersch. This group of individuals assembled before you today is an outstanding team of educators. As you are aware, the visiting team are all volunteers who have given their own personal and professional time to provide this service to you. Most of the team members were strangers to each other before they came together here earlier this week. They have worked hard day and night to conduct as thorough of an evaluation of your school as is possible. It is a tribute to their professionalism and expertise that we were able to coalesce as a team so quickly and to produce such fine work in service to your school. I am sure you will join me in thanking them now for their service. As you may know, the Middle States Association is a worldwide leader in accreditation and school improvement, with more than 2,800 accredited schools in nearly 100 countries. As the gold standard in school accreditation for over 130 years, our teams of top educators have been helping schools establish and reach their goals, develop strategic plans, promote staff development, and advance student achievement. We are proud of our continuing legacy and ongoing innovations to meet the challenges of the 21st century and improve educational opportunities for all students. Accreditation is a process that encourages and facilitates school improvement, focuses on student performance, provides accountability, fosters stakeholder involvement and commitment, and builds positive public relations. Middle States accredited schools enjoy a unique public trust role in the United States. In other words, Middle States accredited schools can be trusted by the public to be what they claim they are and to do what they claim to do. Whatever a Middle States accredited school says about itself has both the sanction and the confidence of the profession, community, and school stakeholders. The Middle States accreditation of an educational organization is an affirmation that the institution provides the quality of education that the community has a right to expect and the educational world endorses. Middle States accreditation is a means of showing confidence in an institution's performance. With that said, as a school community, you have made the decision to embark on the accreditation process. Accreditation is a voluntary activity, and we are here because you have invited us. You asked us to study the work that you are doing and the plans for your future. Therefore, we came here with several purposes. First, we were charged with ensuring that Hunter Business School meets the 12 Middle States standards for excellence in accreditation. In addition to striving to meet these standards, the protocol you have chosen requires that you have a system of continuous planning for school improvement. This means that you have developed goals for improving areas of student performance and that you have created plans to achieve those goals. In addition, your school was asked to develop one or more organizational capacity objectives. The expectation is that after the team leaves, you will faithfully implement your improvement plan for the accreditation term and make a good faith effort to achieve those goals you have set. As I mentioned when I first met you 4 days ago, accreditation is a promise. A promise by you that you will continue to work on your continuous school improvement efforts each and every day. We would like Hunter to be better tomorrow than you are today, better the following day, and so forth. We came here as your critical friends. What I mean by this is that we came to look and listen with discerning eyes and ears as professional friends and colleagues. What we have to say to you is offered in the spirit of our desire to leave you in a better position to achieve your goals than before we arrived. We asked all of the school stakeholders with whom we met to identify what they see as the primary strengths of your school. The responses can be summarized by the word community. Many schools talk about being a community, but Hunter Business School is the model of such a community. In fact, we were told by staff members that, quote, "It's just like family here. This is my home," end quote. From the moment we entered the school, we saw, we heard, and felt that this is a special place. It is a school that is vibrant with educational passion. We are in awe of the level of student, staff, and community participation in the life of this school. We are also impressed by the degree to which your students are involved. They described your school to us as, quote, family, fun, and hands-on, end quote. Another student told us, quote, "I love this school. The teachers here are amazing," end quote. And yet another student mentioned, quote, "Ever since day one, I knew I would learn everything I needed to know to get the job I wanted. I've learned more here in my first 2 weeks than I did in 2 months at my old college," end quote. And then finally, another student told us, quote, "They all know us by our first name. We are family," end quote. We are also impressed by the uniformity with which external community members with whom we spoke to support the work of Hunter. We learned that the advisory board members are true community partners, and one commented that, quote, "We can hire as many students as they train here. They really do an incredible job," end quote. Another commented that, quote, Hunter doesn't give up on any student, end quote. And another advisory board member described Hunter as, quote, excellent. Oh, I'm sorry. Other advisory board members described Hunter as, quote, excellent, thorough, they care, top of the line, and great teamwork, end quote. And one member actually described Hunter as the, quote, no student left behind school, end quote. I'm going to go off script. After the advisory board meeting yesterday, we had the opportunity to meet with a graduate who's on the advisory board. And he came into the workroom that we were working in, sat down next to me, and one of the questions I asked him was, what does Hunter mean to you? And he turned away from me, he turned his head away from me, so I wouldn't see the emotion filling up in his eyes. Mine right now. And he actually said to the team, Hunter is a heart. After many hugs with the team, and actually one of our cannolis, he left. As we sat there stunned for a few minutes, I quietly said to the team, boy, that sums up our entire week, doesn't it? I did it. So that last graduate told us that Hunter is a heart. The depth of community involvement throughout the program clusters is truly exciting. They are true industry partners. We want to applaud you for the degree to which you have allowed your students to participate in the school improvement process. Your overall student body demonstrated a mature and professional demeanor throughout our entire visit. We know this wasn't just a show for us, that indeed this is how they conduct themselves each and every day. The team would also like to applaud the exemplary investment by staff as shown by the many students' activities and achievements while a student is here at Hunter. What a wonderful opportunity you have provided for them to practice leadership and show their skills both inside and outside their school community. The list of extracurricular activities available to your students is truly impressive. From bowling to after-school tutoring, National Honor Society to Student Council, it is clear to your visiting team that you want your staff and faculty to give of themselves in making a positive impact in the lives of others. You also encourage your students to set goals, work hard, smile, and to always carry a piece of Hunter in their hearts as they graduate and go into the world. Former President Barack Obama once said, quote, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek, end quote. You have certainly grabbed the reins of your students' and school's future. You understand that it is up to each one of you to seek and make change you want and need for your entire school community. An influential author, Jim Collins, in his wonderful book, Good to Great, says, quote, greatness is not a function of circumstances. Greatness, it turns out, is largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline, end quote. It is clear that the staff here at Hunter do indeed make a conscious choice to strive to be great each and every day. We encourage you to have the discipline and drive to always move forward and be a better institution and continually ask your students to do the same. It is also clear to the team that Hunter Business School is on excellent sound footing. The interconnected working relationship that the faculty and staff have shown provides a model for relationships throughout the educational community. The staff is clearly a cadre of professionals who share the owner's vision by listening to students, asking questions, designing and updating educational programs, and caring deeply about each and every student. Clearly, the esprit de corps at Hunter is particularly extraordinary. President John F. Kennedy once wisely said, quote, "The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining," end quote. I would urge everyone within the sound of my voice to always look to improve, to always search for personal and professional growth in the not so good times, but especially in the good times. Sean Aker, in his wonderful book, The Happiness Advantage, says, quote, "Happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change, it's the realization that we can," unquote. And you certainly understand what Sean says in his book. You are open to finding the optimum path to happiness and eventually success. It was certainly clear to your visiting team this week. Any problems or concerns voiced by staff or students are addressed and fixed in a very timely manner. However, when we came to your school, we assumed that you not only wanted to hear from us about the strengths of your school, but also about the areas in need of improvement. Therefore, we also asked the groups and stakeholders with which we met to identify the challenges the school faces in achieving its mission. Most of these areas or challenges will not come as a surprise to you. The most important facet of education with which we are charged is the ideal that we are responsible for the well-being and continued success of our students. The visiting team recommends that Hunter continue to review all policies and procedures to ensure all stakeholders have sufficient input and that a comprehensive strategic plan, including facilities, finance, information resources, and the overall school policies continue to be addressed as a school community. We would also like all stakeholders to continue to be transparent and constantly work on the plan for growth and improvement. The student performance and organizational capacity objectives that you have self-identified will truly allow you to meet the goal of continuous school improvement. Earlier, you heard me mention that your school's esprit de corps is exceptional. Your visiting team also recommends that you take a deeper look at the different experiences that your students at the Levittown campus get compared to the Medford campus. Middle States, as you know, is an institutional accreditor, and we would like the students to receive the same experience regardless of which campus they decide to attend. Now, let me move to the accreditation recommendation we will make to the Middle States Association Commission on Secondary Schools. As I stated earlier, part of the decision regarding whether to recommend accreditation of Hunter Business School is based on whether your institution has met the 12 standards for accreditation. These standards address every aspect of the programs, services, and resources you provide to your students. They also address the school's capacity to provide an appropriate education based on the standards and expectations of your school community. Lastly, you have provided a program assessment for each of the programs currently being offered here at Hunter. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. Dramatic pause. 3 years later, and this is the moment, right? I would like to announce for all to hear that your Middle States Association visiting team has concluded that Hunter Business School has met or exceeded the 12 standards for accreditation, and your team would be very proud to recommend to the Middle States Association Commission on Secondary Schools that Hunter Business School be accredited. Today is a very decisive day for your school. After many months of hard work and reviewing every part and program of your school, you have certainly proven to yourselves and to us that Hunter Business School is a premier educational institution with a forward-thinking mindset ready for the next set of challenges. Let your visiting team presented before you today be the first to congratulate you on this extraordinary achievement. However, with this achievement comes some additional work. Overall, we have found that you have successfully met or exceeded the 12 standards for excellence in the protocol and met or exceeded the program standards which we evaluated this week. But your work has just truly begun. You know, my personal hero, the great Walt Disney, once said, quote, All your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. End quote. I encourage you to keep dreaming and have the courage to keep pursuing them. We want you to keep building futures one student at a time. As we take our leave, the members of the visiting team wish to thank you for opening your school to us, for sharing with us your hopes, your dreams, your concerns, and for your exceptional Hunter hospitality. Our experience here has been a rich and rewarding one, and we hope our visit was the same for you. We wish you all the success in your future endeavors. Thank you again, and goodbye.